Imagine yourself as a parent who have dedicated your life to raise your child well. Ideally, you would like to raise them to be ethical human beings who could bring benefits to their surroundings. One day, you notice that your child's behavior started to change. The once polite kid whom you grow to love suddenly becomes an obnoxious brat that feels entitled to do whatever he or she feels. Later, you found out that his or her behavior was influenced by the famous social media platform TikTok. Now, if you were the parent, how would you feel? Ladies and gentlemen, today I am not going to talk about the responsibilities of parents, but rather the core issue that has been circling in our society today, which is the decrease of moral values among our generation due to the influence of TikTok. As we all know, moral values are desirable principles which encourages a person to make the right decision from the bad ones in their life. By having moral values, a society is able to function properly as its citizens understand the concept of living by high moral standards. Today, however, it is evident that moral standards are eroding as more people become engrossed with TikTok's technological breakthroughs, a well-known social media network with over 1 billion active users. Hello, I am Hadirah SULAIMAN, and today I will talk about how TikTok threatens our moral values. First and foremost, TikTok undermines the moral importance of treating others with respect. The reason behind this is due to its accessibility as a platform to spread hate among people, especially through the act of cyberbullying. According to the American Psychology Association, cyberbullying is the act of harassing an individual, organization, or society through the means of technological devices. With that being said, cyberbullying is not only a crime, but it goes against the idea of respecting others, even in the virtual world. There are many ways where a person can be disrespected or cyberbullied through TikTok. The most common one would be through receiving direct insults and hate speech in the comment section of a TikTok post. Fairy comments, on the other hand, is an indirect way of throwing insults to other people, which is by disguising them with cute and desirable emojis. For example, I was having a good day before I saw this TikTok. Now, if you were the one reading this message, how would it make you feel? I'm sure you would feel upset. Negative comments are never nice to read, especially when they receive many likes from other users. To TikTok creators, a bad comment that gains a lot of likes can be seen as a form of validation of what people view them. Other than that, since TikTok is designed for users to create their own contents, haters can take the advantage of creating countless of hate speech towards an individual. Videos can be edited to spread false information and rumors about a subject. It's crazy to think how a person can be heavily criticized from the head to toes through a 10-second video clip, which is also enough to destroy their reputation and even their lives. For example, Jang Won-young, a South Korean female idol, was mocked for eating a strawberry in a certain manner. Countless of parodies on TikTok were created just to ridicule her. Clearly, the idea of respecting other people has given a backseat just for the sake of some laughs. Shaming people in social media is never a good way to treat others. However, TikTok provides just that. Next, TikTok decreases modesty in oneself. Modesty originates from the Latin word modestus, which means to keep within limits. With that being said, a person with modesty understands that there are boundaries in life that they should honor and respect instead of going against them. In most religions, modesty is often associated with the way a person dresses themselves. For example, in Islam, both Muslim men and women are encouraged to wear modest clothing that covers certain parts of their bodies, which is also an act of worship towards their God, Allah. Even if religion is not put into the equation, this moral value is important to be practiced in our society as it helps a person to become more conscious of their surroundings on what is socially accepted and not. They will also recognize that their dignity is put at stake with every decision they make. TikTok, however, promotes the idea of being free to express oneself. The problem with encouraging this idea is that there will be liberal influencers who will take the initiative to advocate their own ideology of what freedom is. Today's definition of freedom is being able to do or wear whatever they feel like, even if it upsets other people. I am not saying that people should be restricted to wearing covered clothing, but I am questioning where do we draw the line of what is considered appropriate and not if our whims become the sole determinant of what we wear in public. Nowadays, it is more common to see young women wearing short and revealing clothes to the point where their cleavage is showing while making their TikTok videos. It is as if modesty is nothing but an old traditional rule that is slowly being forgotten. The impact of these choices, however, affects the perception of how people view one another. Those who wear revealing clothes will most likely be deemed as easy, causing them to be mistreated and receiving unwanted attention such as perverted comments as well as being body shamed or slut shamed. Thus, it can be justified that modesty is slowly decreasing due to TikTok. Last but not least, TikTok reduces gratitude in oneself. As we all know, each and every one of us lives a different life. There are individuals among us who have flawless complexion, born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and are academically gifted. There are also those who live their lives struggling with financial aid, having family problems, and are physically challenged. Despite these differences, there is a way for everyone to achieve happiness in their life, which is through practicing gratitude. The word gratitude stems from the Latin word gratia, which means to praise, graciousness, and thankfulness. By having gratitude, we are able to appreciate even the smallest gift in life, no matter what form it may be. According to one of the studies conducted by psychologists Dr. Robert A. Evans Davis and Dr. Michael E. McCullough, gratitude was shown to be a powerful tool in shaping people to become a more positive individual. The study's findings indicate that in comparison to the other two groups, which were instructed to write down their daily annoyances and neutral situations, those who practiced gratitude lists were more optimistic, led healthier lives, and developed positive habits. However, with the existence of TikTok, practicing gratitude might not be as easy as it sounds. The reason behind this is because TikTok indirectly builds the habit of negative comparison in one's life. As it has been said before, TikTok is one of the most downloaded applications in our world today. Therefore, it is no surprise that there will be privileged individuals whose TikTok content mainly centers on sharing a glimpse or a day-to-day basis of what their luxurious lifestyle looks like. Despite their intentions, these kinds of content nevertheless convey a misleading feeling of realism, which can cause certain viewers to compare themselves with what they do not own. This will then lead them to a vicious cycle of being ungrateful, feeling envious, and unhappy for what they actually own. When these negative feelings become rooted in the hearts of our people today, then surely gratitude will be harder to practice in one's life. In conclusion, TikTok is a potential threat to build quality moral values in a person's character. It does not only reduces the act of respecting other people, but also hinders an individual from obtaining modesty and practicing gratitude in their life. TikTok is undoubtedly one of the most influential social media platforms that can either make or break a character. Therefore, its impact on our society today should not be ignored, especially when it comes to building a nation with high moral standards. It is indeed terrifying to imagine a world where humanitarian qualities are slowly fading and replaced with negative characteristics. Thus, before it becomes a reality, we should learn to disengage ourselves from consuming useless TikTok content and start focusing on what really matters most, which is building good character. Because as Abraham Lincoln once said, character is like a tree, and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it, the tree is the real thing. That is all from me. Thank you.